What is up YouTube? The Delta Force Alpha ended September 8th, so today I wanted to bring you some new information and answer some common questions that I know you might have. I watched every single Q&A where the main developer Shadow answered questions, and I really want to compile all this information here for you in a single spot. So let's begin. The most important piece of information is of course the release dates. The PC Early Access will happen in Q4 of 2024, so the last 3 months of 2024, so most likely it will happen around November. The console and mobile release is expected in Q1 of 2025, but don't you worry if you're a mobile because the Android platform will get a test later this year. The campaign will also be released in Q1 2025, and it will be based on the Black Hawk Down movie and the game. There will be a co-op mode for the campaign, or at least some co-op missions. The game is going to be returning for a short period of time during the Steam Next Fest, which is in the middle of October. They said that there will be new weapons, operators, maps, and modes during that time period. Now concerning AI, they mentioned that they are heavily reducing AI. Their goal is to mostly eliminate having AI in games, but they're only there to improve the matchmaking experience during the low traffic times. And of course, they did speak about anti-cheat. They said that they were going to be taking it seriously, and they even give us a little look at this function, Fog of War, which makes it harder to wallhack in the game. They didn't really go into too much detail, but it looks like they try to stop rendering players if you're not supposed to be able to see them. They did also mention that kill cams are coming, and that they're done with about 70% of the development of the kill cams currently. They mentioned that kill cams will be available this year in 2024, so it sounds like it will be here during the PC early release in Q4 of 2024, but I do not think that they will be there during the Steam Next Fest. About 2 weeks ago in Gamescom, they also introduced more destruction, and they did specifically state that they want to keep graphics more realistic, which is very refreshing to hear. As far as proximity chat, they specifically mentioned that they don't have any plans to introduce it into Hazard Operations, which is the extraction game mode. But yes, they are trying to include that for the Havoc Warfare in the future. In Havoc Warfare, they also mentioned that you will be able to change attachments during the match, which is one of the limitations that I had while creating builds in the game. Jets are being worked on, and they've actually been testing them internally already. In the extraction game mode, they said that they are trying to include more PvE experiences. You might have noticed on the map, which is the example that they used, that there are some areas that you actually couldn't click on, they were red, and some of them are PvE maps. Controller will be introduced soon, and it will have aim assist, and all that we can do is hope that they balance that correctly. Now there's 2 new Havoc Warfare maps already planned for Q4, and each one of these Havoc Warfare maps are going to encourage different playstyles. Some maps would encourage more close quarter combat, while others would emphasize longer range battles, and others would even focus on trench warfare. That's something that they mentioned specifically, so that's pretty cool. For Hazard Operations, which is the extraction game mode, there's a new map called Brackish. You might have seen some screenshots already where there's one big futuristic looking lab, and then the rest of the map is kind of like an older village. Something that I know a lot of us have been curious about is solo queue for Hazard Operations, and they did say that it is coming in the Q4 early access phase. They also mentioned that the black site will be getting upgrades. It will change how it looks depending on which upgrades you've finished, for example. They will also change the crafting times in the black site. They will be dramatically decreasing them, because some things did take about 3 days to craft, which was quite a long time. And lastly, they said the nighttime maps are coming for Hazard Operations in the first half of 2025, where there will be an event based on shadows and darkness, and that is when night vision goggles will be introduced. And that's my compilation of all the latest information that we have, including some older information, combining it together to form a larger picture. Hearing all of these things is extremely exciting, and I really can't wait for the game to be released. It looks like it's gonna be really fun. I will be right here waiting for it, and if there's any more information, I will let you know here. Make sure you stay tuned for more Delta Force in the future, and I will see you on the next one. I will out.